Hi, welcome back. It's Thursday, August 13th. It is obviously late summer. Many are on holiday in Europe as well as here in North America. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope your family and community are doing smart things by staying safe and practicing social distancing, wearing masks, and those things. It's obviously a very serious time. It's also a time that here in our household, we've been able to connect in ways that we would not have been able to do so if things were quote unquote normal. And what we're going to talk about today is, in fact, what is going to emerge as normal, not only with remote learning like our kids are doing in school. We have a 19-year-old who is entering a second year of college, and our daughter is entering her senior year of high school. So it is a situation where we are going to try and do, like you, I'm sure, do the best we can with the resources that we have at our disposal. And we're very blessed to probably be in a situation here in the States where we have the luxury of good internet connection and some computers that work pretty well. So, we're not complaining. We do, however, have to accommodate this new reality, as do organizations. So we're going to talk about three things today, and then we're going to have our guests join us after the bottom of the hour. And if you haven't joined us before, this is effectively the format of what we do over the first 30 minutes. We talk about the news of the week. We take the question of the week, and finally we'll go through the topic of the week. And this week, I am excited to talk about the HR linkage model. It's something that has been used for a number of years. It's a derivative of the balanced scorecard framework, and I want to share why it's so appropriate to have this mental model as we analyze the workforce and employee desires and behaviors in this situation with the pandemic raging, and obviously other things that are going on in our personal lives that are influencing our capacity, our capability, and so forth. And then we'll talk about cognitive bias at the end. But before we go too far, I want to share this piece of research that our friends over at Red Thread Research produced, which is truly exceptional. They do a lot of great work. So to call something out as extraordinary among their pieces of work, I want to just emphasize that. I am very excited to call them a partner. And Priyanka and Stacia have done an exceptional job with this work because it focuses on not only this metaphor of an octopus, which I'll let you read the article to understand what that is all about, but this notion of responsivity. I knew I was going to mess that word up. Being responsive, responsivity. I think I did better that time. But it's the essence that how can we be responsive at all levels of the organization, particularly as a people analytics function. We have to build capability that enables others to find the insights that they need at the point in time that they need it. So how do we do that? And this article does a really good job of concisely packaging that into a framework that in turn you can use in your organizations as you think about building your way forward. So I just want to highlight that if you go to redthreadresearch.com, you can see that. Now, what I really want to focus on in this first segment, and given what the news has been over the past week, and it's highlighted by what's happening at REI. REI, if you don't know, because this just came out over the last 24, 48 hours, is they're actually looking to sell their new headquarters, a headquarters that they built over the last couple of years. They were going to move in this summer. Given their nature of their work. It was very outdoor friendly. It was celebrating their connection with the outdoors. It was evidently, from what I heard, because I do have friends in the Portland area and Seattle areas, they were getting excited about the prospect of working at this facility. It's not appropriate given where we are. So they're actually looking to sell it. And then it invites the question, well, are we just going to be accepting of the fact that people are going to be working from home? I don't believe that's going to be the case. And let me explain. REI has come forward and said, well, we are going to embrace this new way of working. And now we're looking at a bunch of satellite offices that are going to accommodate our workers. So these little, what I'll call pods. Now, if you've heard me speak on this topic with our guests over the past several weeks, this is something that has been explored. And it's something, given REI's decision, I believe is going to become a new norm. And then it now invites the question, what are we going to do from an analytics perspective? What are we going to do from a culture and measurement perspective, given this new satellite octopus, if you will, idea of how we're going to organize ourselves? Now, I don't want to imply that it's going to be appropriate for everyone. It might not be. That being said, as I fast forward in time, I look at where we were with the WeWorks of the world. We had a bunch of people coming together. People could travel, go into the office, and if you were a smaller company, you could just rent space there. And as you grew, take up more space and eventually get your own space. So that's been the model over the past dozen years or so. Now we have these big office buildings in big cities around the country, around the world. Are those actually going to be occupied to the extent that they were? I know the cities, New York, obviously being the most prominent, being really concerned about people breaking their leases, not renewing their leases, and building these satellite realities for their organization. Now, if we do that, can we then control the virus? Can we then create a set of experiences where it's actually better for people? One of the biggest gripes in large urban environments was commute time. Commute time is often non-value added time. Yes, you can listen to podcasts, answer emails on your phone. However, it's not as efficient as working in front of a desk or your own computer and accessing the resources that you need. Obviously, talking on the phone would be very difficult on public transit. At the end of it, are we going to have that ability to connect, to create, to get to this place where we are the socially connected beings that are helping drive energy, driving innovation? As I look forward, I believe this is going to become a new normal. So then it invites the question, are we going to be prepared for this? Do we have the governance structures in place? If you don't have facilities talking to HR, talking to operations, talking to finance already, I strongly encourage that you do that. So with that, I'm going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit about the HR linkage model and how to tell stories with data.